CBT News, celebrating 10 years of delivering the news and content automotive professionals count on. CBT News, 10 years strong. Subscribe today. Welcome to CBT News with Bridget Fitzpatrick.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to CBT News. I'm Jim Fitzpatrick, sitting in for Bridget today. Thank you so much for joining us. Today on Inside Automotive, we're joined by Sean Gardner, instructor and sales trainer at Joe Verde Group. But first, here are today's top stories. Starting our coverage, according to a new Cox Automotive report, the used car market is still declining since breaking records at the beginning of the year. The study found that wholesale prices have now fallen by 15.6% and that retail sales have declined by 10% since the start of 2022. Despite the slump, used car dealers have kept prices steady around $27,564, hoping to hold on long enough for the market to recover naturally without cuts. Stabilizing supply chains have helped automakers resolve inventory scarcity, allowing new car retailers to draw in customers with lower costs and monthly payments at the expense of pre-owned sellers. However, Cox Automotive noted that dealers in all markets remain anxious over how the market could change heading into 2023. Up next, battery plants from General Motors and LG Energy Solutions have received a new source of funding, courtesy of the federal government. The two companies are partnering to build 3 new EV-focused battery facilities in Ohio, Tennessee, and Michigan for a total of $7 billion, with talks of a 4th factory in Indiana. Yesterday, the U.S. Energy Department announced it would be giving the joint venture an additional $2.5 billion in loans to help finance construction. This coincides with revitalized interest in domestic production from automakers who are looking to take advantage of the Biden administration's new EV incentives. GM plans on using the new facilities to achieve its goal of becoming an electric-only producer within the next 2 decades. EV manufacturer Rivian has abandoned plans it made 3 months ago with Mercedes-Benz to build vehicles in Europe. The deal was organized in September and would have funded a new joint venture plant in the EU to build commercial electric vans. However, rather than constructing the new factory, Rivian CEO RJ Skerridge said the company would instead focus on its current consumer and commercial bases in the US. While neither company has provided further reasoning for the cancellation, the decision matches a growing trend among European automakers to shift domestic production overseas. Honda, Hyundai, VinFast, and others are already building new facilities in the U.S., although Mercedes-Benz has yet to follow suit. Finally, Kia is telling its U.S. dealers that improvements are needed across the board. According to a mass market sales satisfaction study conducted by J.D. Power, consumers ranked Kia dealerships behind all others in terms of buyer experience. Earlier this year, Kia of America's Chief Operating Officer Steve Center seemingly blamed the performance on poor digital literacy among franchise owners, telling retailers that the brand was in danger of going the way of other companies who failed to adapt with technology. However, the J.D. Power study placed minimal weight on internet accessibility, instead asking consumers to rate the buying process, salesmanship, and staff quality at their dealers. The company has yet to offer an official game plan for its dealership body. Don't go anywhere. Coming up is Sean Gardner, instructor, sales trainer at the Joe Verde Group. We'll be right back.
Delivering the news dealers count on for 10 years. Subscribe today and join thousands of other automotive professionals. CBT News, 10 years strong.
Sales teams are vital to every dealership, so you want to make sure they are set up for success and avoiding 3 big mistakes. Today on Inside Automotive, I sit down with Sean Gardner, who's the instructor and sales trainer for the Joe Verde Group, to share what these 3 mistakes are and how your teams can avoid making them. Check it out. Talk to me. What are these 3 big mistakes and how can salespeople avoid making them?
Okay, well, the car business is normalizing. It's going to take a little more time.
Sure.
But we definitely are seeing more inventory.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So it's going to get more competitive. right?
That's right.
I mean, whoever has the better skills is the one that's going to win the sale, right?
100%. That's right.
So really just comes down to the salesperson. The biggest difference maker in the sale is going to be the salesperson.
That's right.
So we want to cover 3 mistakes, Jim, that they're making when it comes to closing the sale. And we want to give you some easy fixes, okay?
Okay.
So mistake number 1 is, and they may not even know they're doing this, because I know I used to do it sometimes too, but we're taking shortcuts in the selling process, and it's affecting the close big time.
Wait a minute.
Okay?
You're saying salespeople take shortcuts in the sales process? Are you
Yes,
sure,
sir.
Sean, that you know the auto industry salespeople are taking shortcuts?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Say
sir.
it isn't so.
Yeah, let me give you an example, okay? I know I used to do this because I'm just that quick, high-energy guy. So,
Sure.
Customer comes on the showroom floor. I have the best intentions. I go over there and give the customer a great greeting. Customer asks me, hey, do you have any trucks? And I'm thinking, oh, my gosh, we just got a bunch in. Let me show them to you. And I'm basically going from the greeting to showing them the trucks. Joe calls that curb to the car without finding out anything about the customer or their wants, needs, and hot buttons, and it's hurting the sale.
Sure.
Okay. What they're skipping is they're not building rapport, investigating. 85% of the customers are saying salespeople aren't close or slowing down enough to build rapport or investigate. And why are those 2 steps so important? Well, building rapport. That just means finding common ground, asking those questions to get the customer talking about themselves.
Of course.
So we can find something in common with the customer.
Yep.
So they like us, which means they're more ultimately going to listen and believe us, which means there's a better chance they're going to buy.
Right.
And the investigation, okay? When I started selling cars, I thought the investigation, Jim, was like 2 questions. I'd say, so where are you from? Oh, okay. And how much do you want to spend? Okay, that's
what's your
that was
budget?
Investigation.
Right.
Yeah. But here's the thing, okay? Investigation. That's where I find out who the principal driver is going to be and how they're going to be using this truck and what features are important to them. And what it does, Jim, if I could slow down on the building report investigating stage, if I could just slow down a bit, it's going to help me narrow down in my mind. I got, between new and pre-owned, I got 15 trucks on the lot.
Right.
It's going to help me narrow down the one truck I have that fits closest to their wants and needs. And also, it's going to give me the information I need to give the customer a better presentation demonstration. I'll be able to paint the customer or paint the vehicle in the customer's life.
Right. Be sure to watch that interview in its entirety right here at cbtnews.com. That's a wrap for our show today, but we invite you to join us right back here tomorrow morning for all of the news and trends impacting the retail automotive industry. By the way, follow us on TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. I'm Jim Fitzpatrick, sitting in for Bridget. Thank you so much for watching today. Go out and make it a great day.
CBT News, your #1 resource for auto industry news and content. Join the #1 most watched newscast in the automotive industry. CBT News, 10 years strong. Subscribe today.